Hello. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl ArtishaSparkle, and thank you guys so much for sticking with me. I decided to just go live. I was looking up like content to post up on YouTube, and I said, you know what? Let me just go live because I have not been live in forever how many days. So I'm like, let me get it done and over with. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Good afternoon. Um, whew, we got a lot to talk about. Mm, 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 mm. I'm drinking my tea because I don't know about you guys, and I'm sure everybody is feeling somewhat of the same way, but there's just a lot going on. 2025 came in with a bang. We started off with the LA fires. I don't even know what's the update on that right now. Um, Jazz do live in LA. Those of you who don't know who Jazz is, she is my BFF and also sometimes co-host with me on YouTube and go live. And I have not even talked to her about what's going on over there with the fires and what's the updates. They said that they arrested several people. And then that was it. So she's telling me that their whole main goal is to do smart LA, and that's why they're getting rid of that whole area, Palisades, I think, California. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? But anyways, let's jump right on to it. The first thing I want to talk about is ASAP Rocky. Yes, Riri's baby father of her two beautiful boys. I thought we was done and over with his cases and what he had going on. Unfortunately, it popped up again. I thought it was the old case back when he was locked up in, I think, Amsterdam. And then all of a sudden this popped up. So, which is this right here. Let me go and find it on my phone. 1 second. Uh-oh. Where are we at? Where we at? Because I'm like, how's he in trouble again? Like, what's going on? Now, how do I find my saved stuff? Okay, here we go. 137, baby, 137. Always a perfect timing. And I don't see. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna be going back and forth with topics. Okay, so apparently it says here ASAP Rocky is in downtown Los Angeles today, which was yesterday, 22 hours ago, for jury selection in his criminal trial. He rejected an offer from prosecutors to plead guilty to one assault charge and serve 180 days in county jail with 3 years probation and a 7-year suspended prison sentence. What? So I think that ASAP had gotten a little scuffle with one of his other group member. Let me see. ASAP Relly. No, ASAP Relly. They got into a physical assault. And I guess the guy pressed charges. And ASAP is pleading if not guilty. Let's see. And it is a felony assault case. And they said he was firing 2 shots at the ASAP Relly dude or whatever. And in the photo, I didn't get to watch the video all the way, but he's saying that it's like a stun gun, like it's not a real gun. So we'll see how that turns out. I don't know. This is not a good look for ASAP or Rihanna, and this is not good for right now anyway. To be in trouble with anybody, Lord. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm eating this oatmeal. I'm like, I need to finish it. Okay, so anyway, moving right along, we're going to get into this because apparently, I don't know if you guys can see it, but people are like in disarray because, and this happened to me. because they was automatically following JD Vance and POTUS, or on Instagram and Facebook, I believe is, the same thing. That it is the POTUS Instagram and the VP Instagram, which after each presidency, it get passed down to whoever is the next elect. And I was following Joe Biden and Kamala, and then now it's saying that I'm following them. So it automatically have you following the next person. So if you don't like it, just go search it up in your Instagram or Facebook and hit unfollow, because that's exactly what I did. I was like, wait a minute, I know they don't have me following them. Some people were saying that it automatically converts over. So you just got to go in and hit unfollow. That's what I did. So we're going to clear the air up with that. So I don't want anybody to be like, oh my God, like, what's going on? It automatically has me following, because that's what I thought. I was like, I know Facebook and Instagram, which Team Mark, is not out here automatically having people following other people that they don't want to follow. So you just go in there, hit that unfollow button. Okay, so the next thing, since Trump been in, this man has been extremely active. Since he been in, I think he signed like 10 executive orders immediately. And this, I'm not going to go through and I'm not going to explain unless somebody asks. But these are the list of things that he went in like day one and start removing or signing. This one, I need to read a little bit more about the death penalty, even though I don't do crimes and all that craziness. But yeah, you just want to make sure that you are alert of what's going on and what is the consequences. And that's okay, because it's like, whoa, hold up. Let me make sure that we're good out here in these streets. And TikTok and the birthright and all that. But yeah, let's go into TikTok next, because this is in my head political. This is how I thought it was going to be. They was like, oh, because first Trump wanted to ban it when he last was in office. And then Biden was follow suit, because they saying that it was just too much exposure to a whole nother country of what is going on. They have our GPS and location and all that information. They got all the information that they need about the US. So it's like a privacy thing. All right. So on Biden's way out, he was at first was like, you know what, I'm gonna, ban it, shut it down. And then he was like, you know what, let the new president deal with it. Because, obviously once the new president come in, he can change things up. So it makes no sense to even do anything else. And plus, like I said, Trump and his administration first started. So TikTok. I am not an avid TikTok user. So it went down for like 24. It didn't even go down for 24 hours, for 12 hours. I didn't even go on my phone to look, to sweat tears, to worry. And like I said, I don't even be on it. So I didn't even care. I didn't even say, you know what? I don't even use it. Let me delete it now. I don't even care if it's alive, if it's not. And I get it. Some people saying, hey, we make money from this. We don't want it to be gone. But it's all politics. So, like I said, I assumed that, okay, obviously Mark was sitting front row, Elon was sitting front row. So I'm like, they already got everything settled with the TikTok people. I forgot what's their owner name. Because like I said, I don't even follow up with TikTok and all that stuff. But so I'm like, yeah, so basically, yeah, because it shut down like, I think a day ahead of what it was originally supposed to shut down. So it shut down, and then the shutdown, which everybody said Twitter's going black. Twitter. I keep getting all these things, because these are the sites that I visit, the apps. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that. Anyway, so they said TikTok going black, and when I seen other people post up like, oh, they said I'm unable to use it, I'm like, that looks like a setup. Like, why it looks like that? I don't know. I was like, they look like they playing games. And it say, oh, if you're in the US, you're unable to use it. Then I'm hearing other people in different countries like Canada saying, hey, we are not able to access it neither. I'm like, well, what does another country has to do with it? So I'm like, that's kind of weird. All right. So now in the mind of politics, marketing, and all that, I'm like, oh, I get it. This is just a whole publicity stunt. Then the day of Trump, I think his inauguration or the day before, whatever, it comes back. So I'm like, exactly what I thought. Like it was just a whole publicity stunt. But the day of, Instagram makes an announcement because TikTok, TikTok, Lemonade, CapCut, and I don't know whatever else app is all under the president company, the main company, which is ByteDance. So obviously, if one app going down, all the rest is going down from that whole company. So CapCut was down too. That was my only main concern. Now I just was like, let me get on CapCut and start being active, making my YouTube short videos, and just getting back into it. It's a new year, all of that. And then I was like, wait a minute, if Cap is down, yeah, we might have like a little slight problem. I'm a millennial. It's always going to be something. So I really wasn't too worried. And then Instagram makes the announcement saying that they coming out with their own like Instagram Reels, short, basically video editing system, like a CapCut. So everybody was like, whoa, what a perfect timing to make that announcement. So I'm like, wait, so what is going on? So I don't know if I know they asking like, hey, a US person has to, or company or whatever, got to buy at least 50% ownership into the ByteDance company. And they're saying that he is not backing down. Like he's like, yeah, no, I want full ownership. Plus, again, like I said, I thought, okay, this is all games because the guy who owns the Bike Cup or the CEO or whatever, he was a former intern for Meta or Facebook, I guess in the early days or whatever. And then he left that and then he created his own app. So of course I'm like, oh, he got Mark number and in his contact list to make things happen and ain't going nowhere because Mark buddy with Trump now. So I'm like, yeah, of course they ain't going there. They already probably, signed or whatever. So now that Instagram made that kind of move of creating their own, I'm like, wait a minute, this might be a little bit more deeper. Either Facebook is like, hey, or Meta, as that's the parent company, is like, hey, yeah, you're not about to come in and take over our money and our business. So we need 50% of that, of course. So now I'm like, I don't know. Trump extended it out for another, I think like 90 days or something. So we might go around part 2 of it. And if he don't signs with them, I believe it's gonna be the finisher of TikTok. Now, this is the reason why my intuition, it doesn't steer me wrong. When TikTok first came about and it got bigger and bigger and bigger, I never left like to be like, oh, let me put all my eggs in a basket on TikTok, or something was like, let it run its course. Like, don't hop on it. I mean, like you get on it, but don't get your hopes up high, basically. That's just something was telling me before all of this played out. So I guess that's why I'm already kind of like, well, I was already detached from it because I foreseen this and my intuition is like, it's going to be one of those, it may not even last. And everything always, shout out to YouTube. YouTube for me looks like it stands the test of time for all of the apps and everything that's going on. And it's always like, all right, so you hop on Instagram because everybody fell off Instagram. Instagram wasn't paying. But if you're leaving Instagram to go over to TikTok because TikTok was paying more money, I'm like, it's all gonna be a game. Like they all gonna play a game. Now I get it, TikTok gonna be paying more, obviously, because they want to keep creators over there. And it is the new hottest app right now. But it's like you gotta be able to play the longevity game. And that's where I'm like, that's why I stayed over here on these YouTube streets. Instagram is like, it's whatever. It's too competitive. So any minute, if there's a new app come out, Instagram would change their whole template and be like, okay, we're doing whatever this app is doing and copying, and then it's just constantly changing for Instagram for me. So I guess that's why I'm like, I don't really care too much about the Instagram. It's like YouTube, like always like stayed the same. Like, yeah, it took them a while before they developed the shorts, but I feel like they still like got their head in the box. What I'm saying for like YouTube and focus on YouTube. They don't look outside the box and go, hey, what Instagram is doing, what Twitter is doing, or X, what Facebook is doing, what this is that, what TikTok is doing. They staying true to their brand. And I know it's owned by Google. So, all of that. And I think trial and error. So that's why I'm like, it's a little slower on YouTube, but it's a little bit more concrete than these other apps. So it's like, it's a lot going on right now. Everybody was like frantic downloading their TikToks, what is it called, videos, and saving it to their phones. And I don't know, like I said, too much about the whole TikTok payouts and how much they're paying people. And is a lot of people that is making money in moolah, and then TikTok shop even became a whole big thing and people making money off that. And I don't know if I have it in here. Let me see if it's in here. No. Oh, and we're gonna talk about Wendy too, because that right there. Hold on. Before we get into all that, I don't think I added it on here. What's that? Okay. So I think it was like a 90-year-old. I'm surprised I didn't add it on here. So they said a 90-year-old. I was gonna say kid, but obviously it's gonna be a teenager. 19-year-old teenager set like a fire to somebody in the legislator's office home because of the banning of TikTok. That's a baby Luigi. Like they lucky he didn't have his hands on a gun to go shooting and killing. So just imagine it was down for 12 hours. So just imagine 24 hours the uproar TikTok could cause if these people is not making any money. So they better tread lightly because, Luigi was for the insurance. These other kids, they like, this is for the payout for us. Like, y'all can't be taking our stuff away. So I don't know. It's just like a lot is going on. You got to stay prayed up. And as much as like, I'm like, oh no, I don't want to read anything dealing with what's going on. But I'm like, I do need to stay informed. Like, I don't want to just be absent-minded about everything else that's going on just because it's like, oh, it's just too much. But I'm like, I gotta stay informed on what exactly is going on, so it just don't hit me upside the head. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think is going to happen. Like, what is your prediction for this whole TikTok thing and for the whole rest of the year? Let me see any latest news before I jump into Wendy Williams. As I don't think we've been up here to update that. And I know like so much stuff has been going on since then. And it's like something tragic go on. Then right after that, another tragic thing happened after that. So let's see. Did I update anything? Oh, Chris Brown. So let me read the title of this. Chris Brown files $500 million defamation lawsuit against Ample and Warner Brothers following the release of a documentary. I'm not reading this whole thing because it's entirely too long. You guys can go in and read it. I'm gonna add it to probably in the link below, or you could just go and search up Chris Brown lawsuit. But apparently, there's a documentary. I didn't see it. Somebody else wrote in the comments saying that they seen that documentary, and I believe it's called Chris Brown: A History of Violence. It's crazy. Like, first of all, that's a wow. That is a wow freaking title. A History of Violence. Like, y'all just got rid of this man whole talents and accolades and everything that he done and accomplished. Like, of in my era, in my lifetime, like Chris Brown is my Michael Jackson. Like, there's always gonna be a Michael Jackson, but what? A whole documentary. Y'all could have did his whole legacy. And if you wanted to be a little messy, throw in the incident what happened with him and Rihanna. But a history of violence, yes. Everybody is on Chris' side. They're like, you know what? Yeah, go ahead and sue them because that was effed up what these people did. And people was like, yeah, if I was him, I would have sued them too. Because if y'all watch that documentary, it's crazy. I don't even want to watch it. I think it's just crazy. And like I said, I guess we kind of got closure from what happened that night. I feel like, but because it was domestic, it would have to be later on down the line. Like, um, no, they did the Tina Turner movie when she was alive. I feel like if Rihanna is okay with it, and I still feel like they're young. But if they wanted to do a story about their life individually, and then they both tell their kind of side of what happened, but their life is not made up, and their talent and their skills and their accolades, it's not made up on based off that incident. Things happen. I'll be honest. I already had my assumption of what happened or might have happened. So yeah, at first I was definitely team CB. And then when Rihanna told her side, it's like, oh, I could see. But at the end of the day, they both was young. Wrong is wrong, obviously. But still, like, that is crazy. So yeah, because they could have tarnished his career. Like, not too long ago, him and Ciara was supposed to perform. I don't know if it was the Grammys or what it was, but they were supposed to perform and do a tribute to Michael Jackson, which they showed us clips on their Instagrams of what we was expecting for the show, and it was gonna be like off the hook, right? Everybody was anticipating it. And then they pull the plug like just a few hours before the event and say no, they're not gonna have him. And that was like kind of I don't know what word to use for it, but for me, it was like, oh, so they haven't got past it. Like, somewhat Chris Brown is still blacklisted in the community. And that's why, he still is active. He still will release his albums. But like, as far as like partnership deals, or like how he could, like, for example, Rihanna got partnership deal with De Jour or some brand company, so we still see her getting big partnerships and out here for the Super Bowl. Rihanna's still doing her thing. But Chris Brown, like, he could have been the next up for doing a Super Bowl. He got mega hits. Like, he would have been perfect right after Usher. But because of, I guess, the alliance with Jay-Z has with Rihanna, again, blacklisted. Like, so it's going to be a while before they start opening up that doors and opportunities, and they think that people forgot what happened. But I always say, I'm like, the internet does not forget. Somebody did something 20 years ago, and they be like, I ain't a fan because I remember this, that, and the third. And they will make a fuss about it, and it's over with. So you do got to be mindful of your career and what you do within your brand in your career. So yeah, like, they was just about to slaughter game Chris on this one, like really finishing. And I know he performed, I forgot where in Africa. He performed in Africa not too long ago and sold out. And I'm like, when the last time Chris toured in the States? Like, yeah, silence. Because I cannot tell. The last time, was the Fame album. And that really to me wasn't even a tour. That was just like the album release party he had in New York. And I was able to make it to that to see him live and perform. But that was like it for me. I don't know wherever else. But yeah, so as you can see, yeah, he's blacklisted. There's only so much. So they was about to finish him. And then I already know what was up next. People, Me Too movement, girls would have been follow suit saying sexual assault and all of that. And yeah, it would have been over for Buddy Boy. But luckily he's starting to fight back and like, oh yeah, no. And then like I said, it's just so much going on. I cannot keep up. Finally, let's get down to Wendy Williams. Okay. Poor Wendy. Hashtag free Wendy. We have not even gotten a chance to finish up helping up Wendy before we get to the next thing because so much is going on. But apparently, Wendy went on The Breakfast Club and did an interview with Charlamagne. And well, shout out to The Breakfast Club, first of all, for having that interview and was speaking with the right mindset. There, she's like ready to go. Even everybody is like, bring out the purple chair. They don't sound like nothing is wrong with Wendy. Like the way how these people said her mental health was on a huge decline. So allegedly, it seems as if this is what they're trying to say, throw it out subliminally. Like these people are drugging her. She's saying they're giving her pills. She don't even know what happened. Messing with her memory, giving her pills. She don't even know what it's doing to her and caused to her. Poor Wendy. And so now her family's fighting back. She was like, they're gonna take my phone away. She was like, I'm just like basically scared for her life. And that they taking control over everything. And she was like, I'm so scared. And her niece, I believe, was up there with her on the phone, and they saying that they take her away from her family. And everybody right now is just saying, free. Let's see, is it Wendy Williams' friends and family launch a $50K GoFundMe to fight against the guardianship. So that was about 4 days ago. And again, you see what's going on in the world within that 4 days that we totally forgot about it. So, yeah, it's just too much going on. I don't want to feel like I'm bringing that kind of energy out because I always be like, okay, we could talk about it. We could say how we feel, and then we're going to move forward. And it's like, who's just breathe. But yeah, so just stay in tune with Wendy. We're trying to get her free like we did Britney Spears. And we just got to stay up on that. And I'm pretty sure everybody main attention is figuring out, like I said, it's going to go up for this TikTok in the next 90 days or whatever, how many days Trump gave them. That's going to be the talk of the town. Also, what's going on with the new Trump administration of all the new things that they're turning up. Because every day I'm like, what's new? What's new? What's next? What's happening? What's going on? And also, like I said, and just staying prayed up. Please take time for your mental health. Take a breather, go outside, touch some grass, soak up in the sun if you can. I don't know what everybody else do to woosai, listen to good music. That's what I do, yoga, stretching, or whatever to clear our minds. But, I just wanted to get this off my chest and just seeing how everybody else is feeling about it and what's their feedback. But child, 2025 is starting out with a banger, and we only 22 days in the new year. All right, let me get off of here. It's your girl, ArtishaSparkle. I try to go live. I'm trying to make my goal. I want 500 subscribers by the end of this year or more. We're manifesting it. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to go live at least every day, or Monday through, well, no, Tuesday through Saturdays. I mainly go live. So always just make sure you have that notification on. Hit like so that way it puts your girl in that algorithm streets and let me know that everybody liking what I'm putting out and supporting. I'm open to comments and seeing what you guys want me to talk about or what we all could come together and talk about. Don't forget to, like I said, hit the subscribe button, hit like, turn on your notification, leave me a comment down below, and follow me on all the social at ArtishaSparkle. Until next time, you guys, make sure you have a wonderful day. Talk to you later.